Hello and welcome to another beautiful day. This Thursday, of course, the 15th day of August 2024. My name is Ramsey Enoch and this is Oweleketv, reaching you live and direct from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. This is the time a lot of people wait for. Time for us to bring you to speed with the headlines for today. And joining me on the review this morning is Michael and Sadato. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ramsey. Good
How you
morning,
guys
Michael.
doing?
We're fine, sir.
On
And you?
equivocally outnumbered as usual.
All right.
Let's get to the headlines for today. I have this paper looking at me here, and the first story is passing across some form of message. Let me just say it so that you guys can know. I'm beginning from the big story on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Southwest is the kicker. 39 dams moribund over poor maintenance, obsolete equipment.
Problem.
In Nigeria. You know, a lot of attention went to refineries because it has to do with fuel. Most times we complain about power supply. What are these dams doing? You know, so many things need to be put in place by this administration.
These dams is not generating anything for Nigeria now. We don't have
Nothing.
What
39
about
dams
the one closest to us
moribund.
here? Is it the Buhari Dam? There's a dam very close to us here in the FCT. People go for tourism. It's just a tourist
Center.
Like Suleja Road.
Yeah.
Suleja Road.
Yeah, there's a dam in Buhari also.
All right, more headlines
That's in
still.
Shafa.
Yes.
Okay, Shafad Dam.
Yeah.
Yeah. People go there
Usman Dam.
to snipe,
Yes,
to
Usman
snap.
Dam also. Usman Dam also.
The only thing it's used for is snapping of pictures.
Yeah,
People go there.
absolutely.
They say they are going for, is it a picnic or
It's a
something?
tourist
Tourist
Outing and
center.
hiking and
How
other
does this
things.
solve the problem of hunger? So it should be
Let's
moribund
go.
and obsolete.
It should be moribund. All right, let's get to more headlines from the Guardian newspaper this morning. We can no longer afford further hikes in interest rate. Manufacturers warn. Details read on page 6. Then this one says our government begins implementation of zero duty on selected food items. Details read on page 8. Okay, is it page 8 or page 19? All right, Yusuf visit vandalized Kano High Court, says sensitive documents on Ganduje stolen. Well, this news have been making round. I think it's something worth talking about because it's been making round, Sadatu, that some of the documents, the corruption documents of Ganduje, Gandola, as he's popularly known,
It's been leaked.
leaked
There-
or
there's
was
an
even
article-
stolen.
It was stolen. Then there's this guy. He's a content creator, political content creator. He does most of his content in Hausa. So when these documents were stolen, I think he got hold of it. So
He got hold of the document.
He's currently
A lot of things
posting
will
them
leak.
A
A lot of things will leak.
The one I watched yesterday was that of his wife, Ganduje's wife, that they used to use her account to distribute a lot of money.
Lord have
A
mercy.
lot.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. I think let's see what this administration will do if they will actually bring justice to the table. That's for Ganduje. Details read on page 30. Pressure mounts on Tinubu to sack oil sector chiefs. Details read on page 5. Please pardon me. A lot of juicy stories on The Guardian this morning, and I just have to take them. Protest as the kicker. We are sitting on a time bomb. Sule tells northern governors. Details read on page 4. And that's going to be the size of the headlines from the Guardian newspaper this morning as we move to the next paper coming from Sadatu.
All right, good morning. Let's take a look at Daily Trust newspaper and all of the juicy headlines. The first headline says hardship. Academic activities suffer as varsity students take menial jobs. And then the next headline says why Jigawa tops in width. Sensible production, says Governor Namadi. And then the next headline says African Union appoint Patami as co-chair of 4th Industrial Revolution Policy Council. And then the big story says senators monthly pay hit 2 billion naira.
Monthly.
Yeah, I take that again.
Please take it. It's worth taking the second time.
Senators.
Yeah, it's worth taking the second time.
I swear.
Bless Nigerians, please listen and get what she's talking
This is
about.
shocking anyway. Senators monthly pay hit 2 billion naira. Then there are 3 riders to that story. The first one say each senator gets 21 million per month as running costs. Kawu Somaila. Then the next rider says, principal officer package still unknown. Okay, adjust your earnings, give masses reality. Syrup, Yaga, and Christ. I think that is from them. And then the next headline says, farmer express concern as drought threaten plant grow. I take that again. Farmer express concern as drought threatening plant growth. And then the next headline says, police interrogate journalists over report on SDG office. Police interrogate journalists over report on SDG office. Mother of 4 hit by straight bullet during protest seeks justice. And then the last story here says, Speaker about to pressure withdraw bills on new national anthem recitation. I think that's all we have on Daily Trust. Over to you, Michael.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Senato. Away from that, we'll move to the Punch newspaper today. Let's make it punchy. Above the header story on page 2, prices skyrocket as petrol scarcity bites harder. One rider to the story. Marketers blame supply shortage. NNPC keeps mum. Power tariff is the kicker of this one. ASU demands reversal. Varsity's bills jump by 300%. Details on page 27. Away from that, the big story we have, food crisis is the kicker. Military deploys troops in Northwest, North Central farms. On page 2, 2 riders to the story. Farmers Association Lord Tinubu says move will boost harvest, tackle food insecurity. Deployment will grant farmers access to farms, ensure hitch-free planting season. That's coming from the defense headquarters. Away from that, 149 Nigerians repatriated from Niger. Very small thing. That's go back home.
Go to your home, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, details on page 27. All right.
It's so funny. That headline is very funny.
Away from that, the government inaugurates panel for Naira-based crude sale. Details on page 19. And then minor stabs 2 siblings remanded in a juvenile home on page 5. The last story I'll take on the Punch newspaper today is motorists lament tariff smell as Julius Berger resumes work on Long Bridge. Details on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. Do where to pick a copy and enjoy. Back to you, Ramsey.
All right, finally from the Nation's newspaper this morning, RMFAC, all right, releases what senators take home. We already talked about that. In fact, the figures have been spelled out. You can pick a copy of the Nation's newspaper and the other papers to know what it is. ICPC uncovers 22,074 suspicious workers in MDAs. I don't know how those workers get there. They call them impostors. According to the Kick, they were paid about 37.1 billion naira in 2023. Only God knows who these people are. Only God knows who they are.
I think they call them ghost workers.
Ghost workers, as the case may be.
There was this theory back then when I was at home. They said people that work in secretariat, if there is opening, they will go in and that slot, they will make it available for even their 10 years old children
that are yet unborn.
Yes.
Or maybe the ones that are still coming up.
Just want their family. If there's any slots, they will put every member of their family, even when they are not going to work.
Things are happening. So
they'll just be collecting salary every month.
When someone who's qualified comes, you see
there's no vacancy. These are some of the things that happens in this country. Then the big story said Council of State governors pass confidence vote in Tinubu. All right, we took that yesterday. We talked about it extensively. That's it. And the last one that I'll be taking from the Nation's newspaper says a custom CG, a federal government will lose 188.37 billion naira to suspension of duty on food import if they are going to lose whatever it is. They should allow this import duty. They should just allow it to slide because no matter what they've been getting, it has not profiled any solution. Absolutely. So if it's not coming in now and the people have food to eat, I don't think it's a bad idea. This is going to be the size of the headlines from the various papers. If any of the paper is of interest to you, pick a copy of it and go through it so that you can drop comments for us at the comment section. Let's just go on a quick break. After this break, we'll return and it will be time for us to talk about the big story. I know you were shocked when you heard from one of the papers that now it has been said that soldiers will be deployed to farms. And of course, when you heard that Nigerians have been repatriated from Niger, you were like, Niger? I know you said it. I heard it from here. So we'll talk about these stories when we return from the break. Don't go nowhere.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It is still Outnumbered live on your screen on this beautiful day. We told you that on return, we're going to talk about the big story, which is about the fact that it's been said that military deployed troops in northwest and north central to farms so that farmers can go to farm. One of the reasons we are having shortage of food in the country, part of it is the fact that the level of insecurity in the country is alarming, especially the farmer headers crisis that has been looming all the years. People can no longer go to farms anymore. And now there is a shortage. The people are hungry. And policies came on board that even made it worse. Now as it is, they said soldiers will now be deployed. All right. They will be deployed in northwest and north central farms. I think there are other parts of the country that may still need this, but probably they are trying to start from the northwest and the north central.
Absolutely.
But then I was just thinking, how are they going to do it? Would they just look at the farms and say, okay, this is a big farm, they need soldiers? Because there are some persons that just have some form of piece of land where they do their farming and in small scale, some in large scales. So what is the criteria that they should use, that we feel they should use in deploying these soldiers? How many soldiers to a farm? Is it a soldier to a farm?
When I came across the story, it was interesting to know that not just the military, Kayode Egbetokun, IGP, mentioned that in line with what President Tinubu wants to do for Nigerians, he wants to ensure that farmers go back to farm and start producing food, because food shortage in this country has led us to hunger that we are facing right now. The prevailing challenges right now started when bandits started kidnapping farmers unceremoniously. But then why would you be kidnapping the people that produce food for a country? Now this year, statistics shown that at about 133 farmers were kidnapped and killed, and this year, as against what was made 2022-2023, about 128 was kidnapped. Generally, statistics. And
that's a generalized statistics.
Yeah. And then the bandits and kidnappers made about 324 million from ransom paid.
That's the ones known. That's the ones known.
The ones that were revealed. So imagine the ones that we don't even know, the ones that were killed and their bodies were dumped in the farm. Remember, they gave us statistic data coming from northeast and north central. What about the southeast? When you try to look at these numbers of kidnapped farmers are supposed to actually be the producers of food and commodities, beans, rice, and all that. They're helping our country grow. Also, we know a state that is known as the food basket of this nation in Benue. And then we noticed that food production has not been the way it used to be. Before they will tell you, go to Benue, you buy yam.
Food basket of the nation.
Basket of the nation.
People don't go to farms anymore.
Change, you can buy a lot of things.
See,
but those are the places that witness bandit attacks.
Zakibiam is where trailers, you see trailers, trailer load of yam leaving Zakibiam. Then you go to the Agatu area. Then you go to all this Uboko where they produce Gary, Bokolo, and the rest. See, my brother, people don't go to farms anymore. The cassavas are not even cultivated anymore.
We used to have enough, like you will buy enough and pack in your family. Your kids will be eating stupendously. But right now,
you have to eat 2 times in a day.
It's pathetic. I know how you feel. I know how you feel.
Goodness. So in line with the military, the police are also on top of the matter. They've already boosted.
Apart from the military, the police is also joining them.
That's what IGP has actually said, that they've deployed police in strategic places. Now, the criterion like you mentioned, remember we have commercial farmers and subsistence farmers. Subsistence farmer is only producing for his family consumption.
Yes.
Let me just put this in a little farm. But then subsistence, of course, the commercial farmers, of course, you come and see big hectares of land. It has people
Where they
under
have
his
people
employment.
working. Yeah, sure. Some even use machinery.
They
Yeah.
need security. Trust me, they need security, because that is what we need to actually curb the surging hunger that we have now in the country. It also help to, ameliorate the sufferings in the country right now.
But as it is right now, one of the things that I was actually thinking about is the fact that this military, sometimes we heard, I don't know, I didn't research it, but we heard that sometimes informations go out. And sometimes we're being made to understand that this thing is not coming from outsiders per se. There are always insiders. Don't you think there might be some information they are around now, they are not around, and all of that? Don't you think that can also hamper this idea?
Well, if there's consistency there, I think it will go well. That's just it. If they plan it very well, even if at least some people have to take break and some have to replace them, I think things will go well.
Okay, I think there is this thing.
And they should not just
there is this thing they put.
They should not just.
There is
I
this.
want to say something. Sorry, they should not just station military personnel or police in one village or the other. They should make sure that these people are properly equipped. It matters a lot. You give them the proper equipment, the gadgets. Once there is any need for backup, once they make that call, vehicles are there here and there, and take care of their welfare, very well, so that they will be able to carry out their job
absolutely
very well.
I think that's it. You've spoken well, but then let's see how the implementation is going to go, because this is very, very important. And of course, all the 149 Nigerians repatriated from Niger, maybe you need to come back home now that the farmlands are there for you to farm. But then I think the message Niger is trying to pass across is that we were facing the same thing you were facing, and we did what we did, and we are having and enjoying what we are enjoying now. Go to your country and do the same.
Or probably they committed a crime. It's possible. But
repatriating 149 Nigerians, I don't know the magnitude of the crime they might have committed to actually warrant that. 149. Like it happened in Dubai, the cultism, and at a point it was a particular age that was actually stopped from coming, especially the men. That's for the United Arab Emirates. But for Niger now that they are repatriating, Niger is a country that takes a lot, that Nigeria contributed a lot to. That
and
to
we
the
are
extent
accommodating most of them.
There was a road.
North, Kano, Kaduna, you meet Nigerian people, even in Niger State, you meet them everywhere.
Because of that boundary.
Yes.
There's a road that's even been constructed from Nigeria all the way to Niger.
They share boundaries.
Sokoto
and Bauchi State are quite hard on this route.
I'm just feeling like the degree of what these people, the crime they committed, probably is something that needed to be returned.
Coming from NEMA coordinator, that's a National Emergency Management Agency coordinator, because they arrived at Murtala Mohammed Airport yesterday. Arrived Tuesday, and amongst the 149 that arrived, 2 sustained leg injuries, and then Nuruddin Abdullahi is his name, the NEMA spokesperson and coordinator. He said, we've advised Nigerians to stop illegal migration.
Maybe they are illegal immigrants.
They are illegal immigrants and endangering their lives. Niger cannot repatriate Nigerians who are legally working there or schooling there. It has never happened before. What do they have for them to repatriate Nigerians?
That's bad. I think
is their economy more viable than Nigeria?
It speaks volume. It speaks volume, because Niger is a country, a very small country that benefits so much from Nigeria. So if Nigerians are rushing to Niger, then it speaks because maybe they felt the economy of that place is better than Nigeria, and it should be. It's more like a slap on Nigerians.
Just bigger than
they wait for greener pastures.
Greener pasture. That's to tell you that Niger is more comfortable for Nigerians than their own country. This is bad. Well, this is going to be the size of the headlines and the big story for this morning. If you want to talk about things happening in Nigeria, we won't finish talking about it in just one day. If you are interested in so many other things, follow us on our social media platforms at Oweleketv, and of course, you can actually subscribe to our YouTube channel to Oweleketv, so that you can be the first to get the detailed information, entertainment, and of course, education on the platform. My name is Ramsey, and I will come on your way again tomorrow for the TGIF edition of the Daybreak Show at Outnumbered.